guys, and I'm pumping out videos, and I know I should have changed my shirt by now, but I don't feel like getting up yet. So, just like most of us, if not grown, if you're on this channel, you should at least be mature, and you've probably seen more than a woman's bra before, so just ignore it if it pops out again. But another question I get asked all the time is divination. A lot of people ask me, am I doing my divination wrong? Or they're not diviners. Everybody's a diviner. Everybody has a spiritual connection. And no one could tell you that the way you divine is wrong. I just happen to use flames, which I haven't done on TV, and I probably won't because that's personal to me. But I happen to just use flames. I use astrology. I use runes, which you see a lot in my rune readings. I just started using, wherever they're at right now, the Oracle deck, and that's the first deck and the only deck so far that I've ever been able to, this over there. That's the first deck and only deck so far that I've ever been able to connect to whatsoever. So with that, when it comes to divination, divination is only a way for our spirit to connect to us so that we can understand it. In order to understand this, we have two halves of the brain. We have the left side and the right side. We have the logical side and the spiritual side. And a lot of times, the logical side needs to see it. While the spiritual side doesn't need to see anything, it just feels and gives and goes, the logical side needs to see it. And with us living in this day and age where we have been taught to train our logical brain and shut down our creative side of the brain, we use divination tools to see what the spirit is trying to tell us. So all we're doing is seeing the answers that the spirit already knows so that our logical side can take it in and comprehend it and break it down in a way that it can be used. So with that being said, you can use anything. Palm reading, read the lines. You can create something new. I don't know, it could be tossing toy cars. It could be the way your cell phone flickers. It could be anything. It really can be anything. And it's used when you see that, it now becomes symbolism, and the spiritual side works in symbolism. So now when you see this thing, it becomes symbolism to you, and now that you know this symbol means this, and that's how divination works. So everybody has their own symbols. Or you can use symbols, you can either make up your own symbols, or you can use symbols that have been used for centuries, generations. Some things are just traditional within culture, some are just traditional within a certain genealogy, a certain family line. But everybody has the ability to divine. You just have to define the right one for you. Like for me, I can't. Well, I don't say I can't, but so far I have not been able to use this. Now, a lot of people give this a cute little name, which they call it a looking stone, a glancing stone. This is a Series stone, folks. And this is a clear quartz Series stone. It's beautiful, and I'm probably going to end up giving this away to somebody because, like I said in one of my other videos, this was something when I saw it, my spirit said you had to have it, and I got it, and since I got it, I have not been able to use it. So that probably means it's meant to go to somebody else, which means I probably need to start carrying it around, or I'll meet somebody it's meant to go to, or I might hold it off for my first giveaway. That's a secret that's coming up, folks. I am going to have my first giveaway after I get a certain amount of subscribers, and this might be one be one of the things in it. But yeah, this is a clear quartz Series stone, and the idea is that you look at it. It's just all it is a focal point. It's a focal point. You look into it. You don't strain your eyes. You just look into the back of it and hold a light gaze. And with that, once you do it long enough, it's sort of like meditation. So things, when you do it this way, things are going to come to your head, and it's going to first start off with what you're supposed to do today, what you should have did today, what you should have did yesterday, what you should have said to that person. Now, when you get to the part where you start to analyze conversations with people or future things, start to pay attention. If you need to, replay what you should have said out in your head to release that blockage so that you can move on to a higher stage or to a deeper stage into meditation, because that's really what you're doing with this. And then when you'll start to see other images, and you'll start to see other things, and when you ask questions, you'll be able to peek into situations and see things that's going on. That's what this stone is for. But it's still a focal point. You can do this with anything. You can have this has been my baby, my pendulum. And this is just a bracelet with hexagram on it, Star of David. Actually, when you actually look at it, pay attention, it's actually a 2D Merkaba. That's what the actual Star David is a 2D Merkaba. But anyway, you hold it up and you ask a question, and like I said, all it is symbolism for, or a focal point for you to focus on so your spirit can get through. So your logical needs to see it. The logic side has to see it. So all this is giving your spirit something for your logical side to see and understand and comprehend in a way that it can be applied and used. So all you do is hold the pendulum up and you ask questions, and based on how you have either commanded your pendulum or how you talk to your pendulum, it'll either swing in a yes motion, a no motion, or a motion where it says you just need more information. And as you see, it looks like my hand is moving, and a lot of times people will say, well, your hand is moving. No, anybody who's ever used the pendulum, they feel the energy in their arm, and it's the energy that's moving their hand. You will feel it, especially if you know how to work with chakras. You will feel it right in that chakra in your hand a whole lot. And I work my pendulum a lot, so you can see as I talk, it just moves with me. But yeah, you can do that. You can do a candle by staring into a flame. And I don't have a candle that I want to light near me. To show you, there's no candle near me that I actually don't mind lighting. I use my candles for different things, so there's not one near me right now that I want to light that one. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Let's see if this lighter works. Candle divination. If this lighter works. This lighter may not work. No, hold on. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so with candle divination, when you look at, you can't really see it here because of the light. Wait a minute. That's a little better. Okay. So what you do is you're going to look into the flame, and when you look into the flame, you start to realize the flame is different colors. There's a blue at the bottom, then it's like a clear kind of orangey color, and at the top is yellow. So what you do is you look at the gate, you look at the wick, focus on the wick, and as you focus on the wick, but you're going to actually look at that clear part above the wick. So as you focus on that part, well, this is how I do it. Like I said, everybody has different ways. But as you look at that, I start to actually see images in the flame. That's how I do it. I see images in the flame, and those images are always in a direct shape of either someone that I know, where I know for a fact it's that person, or someone that I may possibly meet, someone I may have already met. And I'll normally see a couple of different images, a couple of different faces, and then I'll start seeing symbols. And that's how I do it with fire. And I know y'all probably gonna get pissed off about that because you're not supposed to blow it out because it's your wind, it's your breath. But I do want my breath on this. I have another reason for that. So yeah, that's another way. There is, another way that, like I said, y'all see me do all the time, is the runes. But I don't do my runes the way most people do. I read my runes through astrology and through the elements. I just did a video on that, and hopefully that video will be up for this one. But with this one, this is Issa, and this means ice. And as you see, it's just a line, halt, stop things. Very, very, very short. I'm trying to pick out my favorite ones. This is the one I did the video for Fayu. I'm trying to pick out my favorite ones. This is Petro. All of them have different meanings. And apparently I didn't grab my favorite ones. And I want to show my favorite ones just because they're my favorite. Come on, where are you? Issa is one of my favorite ones because it's well, I'm gonna let a secret out. It's one of the stones that I use when I want something to stop. So I use it a lot. So that's why it's one of my favorite ones. And Fayu is also my favorite one because that's one of the stones I use when I'm trying to start something new, create something new, do something different. So I don't put these back because they actually don't. To me, especially when I'm dealing with, not necessarily the runes, but when I'm dealing with stones, each stone, these are carnelian stones. Each stone holds their own vibration. And these stones right now keep rolling up my hand, which means they don't want to be bothered. So I'm putting them back and leave them alone. But yeah, you can divine with those stones. You can divine by looking in clouds. One thing a lot of us did as children, is spirit clouds, and then clouds we start getting different symbols, and we start getting different signs. So if you know how to read those symbols, you know, if you know what, if you get a rabbit in the sky, you know what a rabbit symbol means. Then you can divine that way. A lot of times you can look out in nature. One of the things I did a video for last week was the Egyptian geese, and I was at a time where I was questioning whether my next move was the right move. So Spirit just said, go ahead and do it. The only way you'll know is to go ahead and do it. And my spirit works for me like that. It never really just tells me yes and no. But normally when it's a yes, it'll just say, go ahead and do it and see what happens. So as I began to start doing what I was questioning, the geese showed up out back. And the Egyptian geese were the geese that supposedly laid the golden egg. They were highly respected in Egypt. They were a symbol of wealth. They were a symbol of good fortune, good luck. So when I saw that, I knew for a fact that I was on the right path. I was doing the right thing. So that's another thing. Learning your animal symbols, learning the wind. You could divine with the wind just by knowing which direction the breeze was going in. You could divine with the wind. You could start to predict the weather. You know, these are things that you could do. You could divine with anything, and that's my main point. You could read smoke. You could do. Bear does. Well, I'm sorry. You know what other people call him Bear. Grizz does it with the playing cards. He does cardomancy. You can divine with the Bible. Did you know that? It's called bibliomancy. All you do is take the Bible, and you know how they always say, oh, just open the Bible, start reading, and it will, you know, they always say, open the Bible, start reading, and whatever you read will pertain to whatever issue you're thinking about. And it's true, because Spirit is going to lead you to something that your logic can understand. And this is why each time you can read the same verse over and over again, but get a different understanding. All this is a focal point for your logic to be able to understand and break down and apply. And all you do is just take the Bible, open it to wherever you want to open it. Hey, stop it. Open it to wherever you want to open it, and then just start reading. Like where I reached over to is Psalm 62. And this is, God alone there is rest for my soul, for he comes to my safety. Alone is my rock, is my safety, my strength, so that I stand unshaken. Now you're probably like, well, what does this got to do with what we're talking about? Divination. God means to invoke. You're invoking anything. Can't nobody invoke nothing for you but you. You are your own God. Even in the Bible, Jesus himself says, does your not on tablet say, ye are gods. So you stand alone. You stand unshaken. You stand firm in your abilities. Everybody can divine. See how easy that was? All you got to do is just get out of your own way and let your spirit guide you to what it is that you can use for divination. Some people can use multiple tools. Some people can't. Some people need one thing, some people can't. But everybody can divine. This is not something that only one person can do. Everybody can do it. Another thing you could do is have a clear bowl on top of a mirror and put water in it. And as you stare into your own image, you'll start to see other images on the side. Now, if you ever notice, I'm a highly Disney watcher or cartoon watcher. I love cartoons. If you ever notice, every time someone looks into a river, you could use that river, folks, too. If you ever see somebody look into a river or water, images start to show on sides. That's a form of divination. You can do that, too. All it is a matter of picking which one works with you, works with your element, works with the elements that you have, that you naturally have, or your majority element. Anyone can do it. Some people don't need anything where they can just sit there and meditate, and other things will just start to play in their head, and they can do it that way. Daydreaming is a form of divination. That's one thing they don't tell you. Daydreaming is a form of divination. Once you clear out all your personal issues, other things will come. Daydreaming is a form of dreaming, can be a form of divination. In so many ways, I know this video is probably like 30 minutes long by now, but there's so many ways to divine. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you do not have the ability to divine for yourself. Ever. Never. Don't ever tell yourself you can't divine or you don't know how. All you just got to do is look for the system that works for you. That's it. And there's so many other ways, and there's always new ways being created from new people who do their own way of divining. Always. There's so many ways. It may take a little bit of experience. You're going to have to practice it in order to get good at it. You know, you may think a sheep means this and a dog means that, and it turns out it's flipped. That's fine. But you still found a way that connects with you. Use it. Use it to your advantage. That's what it's there for. It's for you to use to your advantage to create your life, to create your reality the way that you want it to be. That's what it's there for, to give you a heads up to say that this is coming against or this is coming for the reality you're creating for yourself. use it, and use it wisely. So with that, I'm going to shut down this video. Stay blessed, y'all. Peace.